Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name's Natalie and I do videos on handbag reviews, unboxings, a bit of luxury eye candy. So if you're into any of those, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you back. So in today's video, I thought I'll take you through my entire Tiffany Co collection. I've collected a few Tiffany Co pieces here and there throughout the years, and all of my pieces have been gifted by my partner. So we've been together for almost 7 years, and throughout the years he's gifted me each piece for either Christmas or Valentine's Day or my birthday or our anniversary. So each piece has a really sentimental value and I cherish each and every one of them. So the very first piece that I received from my partner was during our first year of dating, and it was our very first Christmas together. So I received it as a Christmas present, and I absolutely love Christmas. I just love the festivities around it. I love the holiday season. I just love all the lights and how happy everyone is during that time of the year. So with this piece, he actually surprised me with it, and I was so shocked because it was our first year of dating and I was not expecting a Tiffany Co piece at all. And so we were in the car driving. It was Christmas Eve and it was really sunny out. Yes, I'm in Australia. Our Christmas is during summer, so I'm really sad about that. I really want to see a white Christmas. But anyway, we were in the car driving and he'd asked me to just reach into the glove box just to get his sunnies because it was really bright out. So I reached into the glove box and opened it and I saw a Tiffany box and I was really in shock. I was kind of like, what? Like, what is this? Is this a joke? But he was like, no, it's your Christmas present. I wanted to get you something special for our first Christmas together. So I was so touched and I was almost in tears when I saw the blue box because this was my very first Tiffany piece ever, and it just, yeah, the shock of it all just kind of, I got really emotional and it was really, really sweet of him. So the piece that he got me is the very iconic Return to Tiffany heart pendant necklace. So it's just the one that's shaped in a heart and it says, please return to Tiffany Co on it. So it's absolutely gorgeous and it's so classic and timeless. This is one of the first pieces that anyone gets from Tiffany Co. It's just so pretty, and it just, as you put it on and in the light, it just kind of shines throughout. And I love the chain on Tiffany Co pieces just because it is really thin and delicate, and you know me, I love my dainty pieces, so I love how it's really thin and the pendant just stands out on its own. And even though I don't wear it as much as I used to wear it every single day, I still absolutely love this piece, and the meaning behind it, all the sentimental memories behind it is just really precious to me, so I will keep this in my collection forever. So the very next piece is also a very classic piece. All these are pretty classic pieces from Tiffany. You can't go wrong with Tiffany, but this is also something that's really popular and a lot of people have too. So it's the very classic beaded bracelet, and it's got the mini heart tag there that also says please return to Tiffany Co. So it matches the necklace in that it's also a little heart tag, except with the pendant it's a lot larger than the one on the bracelet. So this is also something that I used to wear every single day. I still do wear it almost every single day. It's such a nice and dainty piece. You could wear it by itself like that, or you could easily stack it and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And I am also thinking about adding another one just because I love the way it looks stacked. And they do have ones where the back of the heart tag is in a colored enamel. So they have like a red one, the classic Tiffany blue one, a pink one, and I really want to get the pink one because, as you know, I love pink and it's just a really nice baby pink color. So I think having the two stacked together would look really nice. This is such a classic piece in itself and something I won't get rid of either, just because I did get it for my 21st birthday and it's, yeah, really special to me. So the next piece I got was for our anniversary, and they are the Tiffany Co heart studded earrings. So I don't know if you'll be able to see just because it's kind of blowing it out with the light, but they are just the classic heart tag style earrings, and it does match the heart on the beaded bracelet as you saw before. So I think it's actually the same size as the charm on the bracelet, but these are just in earring form, and these are also a true classic to Tiffany Co. So with these, it completed my collection, I guess. So I have the earrings, the bracelet, and the necklace. So I was really happy to receive these. I did actually lose the backing to one of them, and that was one day at uni when we were studying together. After we'd studied, he'd walk me back to my car and I took my scarf off, and because I have long hair and my scarf, when I lifted it over my head, it would get caught in my hair or it would kind of pull, and it kind of pulled at one of the earrings and it came off, and I didn't realize until I got home and I went to take off my jewelry, and I was missing an earring, and I was so upset just because it was within the first few months of receiving these. I had already lost one, so I texted my partner and I was like, I'm really sorry, I've lost one, and it must have fallen out at uni because I remember having it on when we were at uni, but when I got home, I only had one left. I checked the car, I checked everywhere, the driver's seat, and I couldn't find it. And I was like, it must have fallen out in the library, like when we were studying. And he was like, let me go have a look, just because it was already quite late and the uni was about to close anyway, so there probably weren't too many people around. So he was like, let me have a look, I'll go and check where we're sitting, maybe it's on the floor. And so he drove all the way back to uni just to have a look for me. And because it was after hours, by the time he got back to uni, he had to call security and to let him back into the library just to have a look around where we were sitting, maybe check the floors, the tables. And the security guard actually let him in and he had a look. It was maybe within like 20 minutes or so. They looked around everywhere and he couldn't find it. And so he texted me back and was like, sorry, it's not there. I kind of had my hopes up a little bit, even though I knew there was no chance he was going to find this. I did have a little bit of hope that he would find it. But when he texted me back saying that they couldn't find it, there was nothing on the floor, on the tables, I was kind of bummed. And I was like, okay, I kind of accepted the fact that I'd lost one and I'm just going to have to buy another replacement. Or if they don't offer a replacement, I would have to buy another entire set. So he texted me back maybe like 10 minutes after. He's like, let me just check the car park where you parked, just because maybe it's fallen around there. So he tracked back to the car park, and about half an hour later he texted me back saying I found it, and it was actually where I parked my car. So you know, with car park spaces, how they have the white painted lines to distinguish between each parking space, it was actually sitting on the white line, and it was sitting up like that. So the pin was sitting up and it was kind of blended into the white line. So it took him a while to find it, but he found it, and yeah, it was still in perfect condition. I feel like if it wasn't on the white line, it would have been crushed by a car, or would have been like stuck into a car tire, just because of how sharp the pin part is. And if a wheel was to go over it, it probably would have punctured the wheel. So I was so lucky to have it sitting on the white line, and he managed to find it. He couldn't find the back piece of it, but I was like, I don't care, I could just use any of my other earring backings. But I was so glad that he found the piece, and now I have my pair back. Every time I look at them, I just think of that story, and ever since then I've been really careful with taking off my scarves or my jumpers and making sure that it doesn't get caught on my earrings or in my hair. So these have a really special place in my heart. So yeah, that's the story behind my Tiffany Co heart tag earring. The next piece I received was for Valentine's Day, and this piece was actually something that both of us gave each other for Valentine's Day. So it's the Tiffany Co 1837 narrow ring, I think it is. So this comes in the narrow size, a medium size, and a large size, so it's a lot thicker. So with this piece, we actually went into the Tiffany Co store together on Valentine's Day, and I picked this one out and he picked out the same style ring but in titanium. So that's the one that's all black, and we just wanted to get a little his and hers piece, and so we thought this was probably the best option. So we decided to go with this style just because it is a very simple band, and there was the option of choosing the titanium metal, so that's why we chose that. I will always wear it on my ring finger on my right hand, so I always have it on this hand, and I wear this pretty much every single day. I like to just leave it like that, or sometimes I'll stack it with my other sterling silver pieces. So I just think it's really nice and dainty, and it's very simple. It's really shiny, and with the narrow rings, they're actually really comfortable, because I don't know if you're able to see, but the way the edges are made, it's kind of a soft groove. So it's not just like a harsh flat surface. It kind of like molds into your finger, and when you wear it, the fingers around it, it doesn't, like, you know, with some rings it can kind of scratch or it's kind of bulky. Because the way the ring is made and the kind of groove in it, it's really comfortable to wear. So that's really nice. And my partner's not the type to wear jewelry pieces that much, but he really liked the titanium one, the way it looked, and also how comfortable it was. So I don't have the ring with me because he lost it, unfortunately. We were at a food festival, and because it can get quite messy because you're using your hands to eat, he didn't want it to get dirty or ruined, so he took it off and put it in his pocket, and it must have fallen out because after we'd finished eating, he went to put it back on and he couldn't find it. And we'd looked everywhere for it, and we literally spent hours and hours looking everywhere for it. I offered to get him another one just to replace it, but he was kind of like, no, it's a lot of money and he would rather me spend it on something else, and so I still have this one here and I do wear it every single day. And he did joke and say that I can replace it for him when we get married and that can be his wedding band. So I thought that was pretty funny. So the next piece that I got was something that I really wanted, and he knew that I really wanted it. So he got it for me for our anniversary, and it's just the very classic Diamonds by the Yard by Elsa Peretti collection. And it's just a really pretty diamond piece on a sterling silver chain. So I just love how thin the Tiffany Co chains are. It just complements the very small diamond. I think this is a 0.05 carat diamond, so it's very small, but it's really a statement piece because when you put it on, it just catches the light, so you just get this tiny little sparkle just on your collarbone or wherever it sits. So I love this, and I know that Cartier do a similar style in that it's just like a chain with a very small diamond in the center, but I feel like the Cartier chains are a lot thicker and they do catch the light, whereas this one is very thin. Because it is sterling silver, it's not as shiny as compared to like Cartier, like the white gold and the 18 karat yellow gold. It's just very simple, so it kind of blends into the skin, and then all you have is kind of like a floating diamond. So I absolutely love this piece, and you'll probably see this piece in a lot of my previous videos. I absolutely love it. I wear this one almost every single day, and it's just a piece that's really nice by itself, or you could easily stack it too. So yeah, this is from the Elsa Peretti collection. It's called Diamonds by the Yard. They have different size diamonds available, but I feel like this one was just a very perfect in between. So the next piece that I got is another pair of Tiffany Co earrings, and I've been extremely careful with these, so I still have the backings on them. So it's just the twist knot earrings. You probably won't be able to see because it's super tiny, but it's just kind of like a mesh sterling silver, and they intertwine with one another to look like a little knot. So I think these are absolutely stunning. You could easily just dress them up with a simple black dress or wear them casually too. So I love the mesh detailing on it and how simple the knot is. To be honest, these are actually quite dirty just because it is sterling silver, and I find that it's really hard to keep these clean because of the mesh detailing. So even if I try to buff it out with the cleaning cloth, it's really hard to get into the little corners and the little where it's like twisted. I do have like a little solution where I use to clean my jewelry pieces too, but I find it's not as shiny, and I don't really reach for these as often as I used to just because they're not as shiny as they once were. And I know Tiffany Co do offer cleaning services, so I think I will probably take this in. I've just been too lazy, and especially now because we are in a pandemic, it's not a priority to get these cleaned, so I think I'll just hold off on them for now. But I still really love them, and I'm really happy that I have them in my collection. So the very last piece in my collection is also a very iconic piece to Tiffany, and also something you probably think of when you think of Tiffany jewelry, and it's the Tiffany Co toggle bracelet. So this one has the medium size Return to Tiffany heart tag pendant on it. These are very nostalgic for me. Like back in the day, everyone used to have like a T-bar bracelet. So it's just a classic T-bar closure. So we've got the T-bar on one side and then a little loop on the other side. So all you do is thread the T-bar through and it locks in place like that. So it's securely there just because the T-bar's holding it in place and it won't come out. So I think this is such a nice, elegant piece to have. And I honestly don't wear this daily just because it is quite a statement piece. But for special occasions like weddings or parties, I like to reach for this. And I just wear it by itself and it's just so nice just on the wrist. It's like a chunkier piece and a statement piece. So I love this piece and it's still really shiny. And yeah, that's the very last piece in my collection. So that's my entire Tiffany Co collection. I haven't purchased or received any Tiffany Co pieces recently just because I am leaning more towards Cartier and I want to experiment with other brands like Van Cleef & Arpels eventually too. So I feel like I have a well-rounded Tiffany Co collection. I have really classic pieces that I can wear daily and also for special occasions. So I feel like I have enough pieces from Tiffany Co. Of course, I'd love to add a few more pieces, but for now, I'm just venturing out and trying all different other jewelry brands. So yeah, that's my entire collection. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and join me for future videos. I have a lot more content planned, so stay tuned for that. But until then, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!